of the India versus Pakistan battle against terror. Now, the terror nexus in Pakistan has been exposed again. Pahalgam terror attack mastermind Saifullah Ahmad Kasuri has been spotted with the Speaker of the Provincial Assembly of Punjab in Pakistan. Malik Khan, they shared the last dies at the rally in Lahore. What's interesting is that Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Saeed's son Talha Saeed was also part of the gathering. This development has come after a digital signboard showed Lashkar-e-Taiba and Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir on the same screen in Lahore earlier. The signboard commemorated the nuclear test conducted by Pakistan in the Chagai Hills of Balochistan in the year 1998. Ajay Jandyal is joining me with more details. Now, Pakistan terror nexus has been exposed once again, and this is in fact the picture that has made it very clear how the Lashkar-e-Taiba chief Hafiz Saeed's son was also present at the congregation where in fact the Punjab Assembly Speaker was with at the 22-4 Mastermind. Ajay, what are you bringing in the latest as to how exactly the development has taken place?
See, everyone knows that Pakistan and terrorism is, is the same story on our same page. And Pakistan, terrorism is a Pakistan state subject, and that is what they are doing. So this state-sponsored terrorism, they need basically backup now. And Indian forces, they have targeted their, launch pads and the terror training camp over there in the Pakistan occupied Kashmir and in Pakistan across the fenced area. That have shaken them, disastrously, and that's why Pakistani government and especially the army, they can be seen together. And in this fresh development, when Pakistan's Punjab province speaker Malik Khan, he was spotted with Saifullah there in the rally. That indicates that this is something which is very very common in Pakistan, and that's why they are doing it. And they were continually allowed to do propaganda. Pakistani terrorists are allowed to conduct rallies, and hate speech are being done over there by Saifullah Kasuri. Or other than that, we have seen that after this major strike took place, we have seen that there was a rally there in Pakistan. So this happens in Pakistan. So this is nothing new. But one thing is very clear, that Indian government have clearly conveyed to Pakistan that whenever they feel that Pakistan is trying to disturb peace by using their terrorists or anything, then they will be taught a lesson, as Operation Sindoor is not over yet. So Pakistan must keep this thing in their mind, that anytime anything can happen as far as the forces of India is concerned, because they are clearly saying that anything, any terror incident in Jammu and Kashmir, in the rest of the country, means that act of terror, and they will be treated as an act of terror, and retaliation will be done.
Well, all right, Ajay, thank you very much for adding more details. Gautam Mukherjee, senior journalist, joining me live on the broadcast. Now, appreciate you joining me on the telecast. Sir, this is yet another incident which is exposing and shedding light on the kind of association the Pakistani politicians continue to maintain with the terrorists. And this is a Pahalgam terrorist. The terror nexus stands to be exposed with the Pakistan politicians now joining the space and being there with the terrorist. The Pahalgam terrorist that has been on the run is seen in the pictures. How do you react to this, as India continues to make it very clear, even on abroad soil as well, that this is what Pakistan is in fact sure of, and this is what they conclude with their sentiments and their intentions which have been hidden?
Well, one thing is apparent. It was apparent even during the conduct of Operation Sindoor, when the various terrorist hubs were hit in Muridke and Bawalpur, and lot of their people as well as their facilities were destroyed. Right after that, the Pakistani army, armed forces, stood shoulder by shoulder with the terrorists during the funeral. They made no distinction. And because one would imagine that the terrorists are somewhat disheartened, also because of loss of great numbers at the LOC and along the international border, that the Pakistani army and the armed forces, the politicians, like this Assembly Speaker, have to back them shoulder to shoulder in order to revive their morale. So that is what is going on. As far as India is concerned, as long as they keep it their side of the border, it's fine. You know, it is their business. But reports say they are already sending terrorists to the line of control and to the international border. So it won't be long before they're back to their earlier tricks of crossing the border and creating terrorist incidents in India. Now, as far as POK is concerned, the government of India is quite clear it must take it back. It is the only way to bring the whole issue of Kashmir, J&K to a conclusion. If all of J&K is united, then there is nothing further to discuss. At the same time, it must be remembered that J&K, Gilgit-Baltistan are thinly populated with the Shia minority in the main. Pakistan is trying to pump in as many Sunnis from the mainland as they can. However, the fact is that it's thinly populated with the minority Shia, as is Balochistan, is also thinly populated with the minority Shia. Now, this poses a military problem because even if the minority Shia were to revolt and say we want to come back to India, it is very difficult for them to enforce their will without military help from India. So what I think is the next time we have to strike Pakistan because of their inevitable backing of terror and any other hostile action against India, we have to move into POK and capture it. We will get backing from the locals, but they are not strong enough and numerous enough to take it by themselves or to withstand the onslaught of the Pakistani armed forces. The same thing applies to Balochistan, but Balochistan is fighting for its independence and POK is looking to rejoin with India.
All right. Mr. Mukherjee, thank you very much for being with us on the broadcast and also, in fact, detailing us with more contextual perspective. Now, from there, let's also shift our focus to more developments. The United Nations will